What's up, you guys? Hey, it is Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning, April 12th. And I kind of wish I did this earlier, but I really feel like I want to do it now. I've been putting this off for a long, long time. I guess you could say Phil Collins is a guilty pleasure because he he got so big, people started to get annoyed by him. Like he was everywhere. He was omnipresent. And I kind of get that. I really do. But I was such a huge Genesis fan towards the end of high school. I really got into them when I was a junior. I think it was when I was a junior or maybe a sophomore. I picked up Wind and Wuthering, and then I worked my way back album by album, right, to Trick of the Tail, and then The Lamb, and I just kept on working my way backwards. And then I continued to buy everything that was coming out, post Wind and Wuthering, first Spot the Pigeon, and then Seconds Out, and then there were three, and I kept up with them, moving forward and going backwards. But it all started with Wind and Wuthering, which I thought was, actually, I really didn't like it. I fell asleep listening to that album when I brought it home. The first time I brought it home, I got it because people were talking about Genesis and said, this is a great band. So I said, all right, let me check this band out. Okay, so I didn't know anything about Phil Collins when I was a sophomore. Didn't know a thing about him, and I was a drummer. And it's funny because the first time I put it on, I fell asleep. Listen to it. The second time I put it on is when it hit me, what I was listening to, and I really dug what I was hearing, and that was it. The second time I heard Wind and Wuthering, that was it, man. So, of course, I stuck with Genesis, right through the 80s. But back in 81? I guess it was. Phil put out his first solo album. And being a fanatic, I loved Phil. I thought he was great. I was already into Brand X. The first 3-4 albums, I loved his drumming. Okay, that's what really blew my mind. The guy could drum. You could tell he was a Keith Moon fan. You could tell, because he kind of has like a sloppy rhythm to his playing, and it's so cool. But it's just incredible what he was able to do. It's really sad to see Genesis and their career with him sitting on the stage. He couldn't really even stand there. Can barely hold sticks now. But in his heyday, he was one of the best. I think he was absolutely one of the best, or at least his style of playing really appealed to me. Let's put it that way. All right. So, here, hold on a second. This chair's annoying me. There it is. So anyway, so I started buying his solo stuff, and I stuck with him for the first 4 albums, and then it started to get to me. The stuff, his solo material, it wasn't really appealing to me quite as much as what Genesis or Brand X meant to me, for sure. Every once in a while there'd be a track that I kind of liked, but I didn't want to really keep up with it. But I did manage to collect mostly, just about everything I have here is an import from England, or it's Japanese, or both. So I can show you this material right now. I'm happy to do that. So let's get down to business. And of course, the very first, and again, and this is going to give you perfect examples of why I like UK pressings. All right, so here it is, the first the first album with that face. By the way, you know, I was going to pick up some of the remasters that have, you know, their double album sets with the new old Phil Collins face covers. I can't believe that he did that. That he replaced all the covers, these classic covers, with his old mug. I don't understand why he bothered to do that. What was the point of that? I just don't get it. I love the guy. I just don't think, I think that was a really poor marketing decision. I don't know who the hell thought of it, but, you know, and if it was Phil, my apologies. I don't get it, man. I just don't. In fact, I really like pop art covers, man. I like covers. A lot of times when, you know, an artist will put out an album, they won't even be featured on there. They won't even be on the cover at all. Not even an illustration, nothing. That's fine with me. But Phil, I guess, you know, because this was such a personal album, you know, he was breaking up with his wife, Jill. I guess that's why, you know, it was like, all right, this is it, man. This is me. This is what I'm dealing with. Because there are a lot of, you know, heavy, emotional, sad songs on here. At the same time, there are really great rocking songs that are on here. And some really great drumming. Even, you know, Phil's drumming is great on these first couple of albums. All right. Yeah, first four, I guess you could say. Anyway, this is a British import, beautiful texture cover. And somehow I managed to keep this thing as pristine as it is, because I did play it quite a bit when I first got it. Wow, there's so much stuff that I saved with the album, and I can show it to you. Here's the inside. Got gatefold sleeve. There's the back of his head. How appropriate. Yeah. And I think the 12 songs on here are really good. I really do like them. Of course, this was the beginning of his handwriting labels. In America, of course, it was just an Atlantic label. But in England, they had custom labels. Virgin's, you know, he went with Virgin instead of Charisma, and side one. Yeah, at the time this came out, I just loved the guy. One of my favorite drummers. I loved his voice on Wind and Wuthering and Trick of the Tail, and on Then There Were Three. I thought that Phil could sing his ass off. I mean, the guy just could really sing. So, and I just really fell in love with the group. With the group at Genesis, they were just fantastic. So there's the album, and here is the crap that I collected. Look, the truth about Phil Collins. Look at this ad. I think this was in probably in Modern Drummer. Because there's a Zildjian symbol ad on the back here. Face value, out on Atlantic Records and Tapes. So, if you want to read it, there you can freeze it and you can read it if you want. Sorry, it's just his face again. Oh, It's always his face. This is a this is just an enlarged copy of the comic strip that came with the first single with In the Air Tonight. That was released in a regular picture sleeve, but also in a comic sleeve that was 12 pages or something. So I made a copy of it and I stuck it with the album, because I'm kind of a goofball. I do weird stuff like that. And last but not least, this is the book that came out from the Genesis fan club. That includes it includes the cartoons. I don't know why I made the big one, because this has the cartoons in it, but it also includes the lyrics. So you know, I really got into it, man, like almost embarrassingly. I really like them. I really like them. So here, let me put this back. Let's just put it in here. Better idea. Yeah. So in memoriam, I figured I would start doing, I would do this Phil Collins thing. And I guess I'll do my Rutherford collection and my Tony Banks. I think I tried doing it before and I just didn't like how it turned out. And I didn't publish it, I think. All right, so here is a German 12-inch 45 that was, made in the Netherlands, actually. In fact, it mentions Holland, Brussels, Belgium, made in the Netherlands. So, but this is on Atlantic. All right. There you go. You don't get the back of his head, you get his face on both sides. All right. It actually came in a line sleeve, which is awesome. And this is one of the most cleanest records I ever got. It is so amazing. And you can see that the grooves when he started playing the drums, you can see how spread out the grooves are. So they were real careful about when, you know, when they not when they pressed it, but when they actually recorded it to the acetate or to the things that were going to make these 45s. They were real careful about that. In the Air Tonight, and of course, the B-side is The Roof is Leaking. And they didn't have to spread it all out because that's a relatively quiet song. I remember thinking I wasn't real keen on The Roof is Leaking, and a friend of mine in high school, he was actually a year younger than me. His name was Chuck Terrell. I remember Chuck Terrell. What a good guy he was. He was so cool. And he said, "Hey man, it's you know, it is what it is. It's you know, it's a song. It's about something, and there's something to it." And I'm like, you know, he actually he made me think. You know, when he said that, made me think twice about like being as critical as I was about it, or what he did was he helped me learn to appreciate different styles of music, because this album is just full of different styles, and I think they're all really good. It's a really good album. Here is I Missed Again. This is a British import, 12-inch single. I can't imagine, for the life of me, I don't understand why in England they didn't release that, a 12-inch single of In the Air Tonight. For God's sake, that's just insane. I don't know what Virgin was thinking. And I love Virgin Records. I think that they put out like I said on the XTC video, they put out a great product. This is a great product as well. And of course, the thing I love about Virgin Records is the custom label. So even on this 12-inch single, they kept with that concept where Phil wrote those bubble letters. I guess it was Phil who did that. And the B-side, I'm Not Moving. I like it. It's good music. And he had good people playing. Let's see what was in, what did I put in here? Oh, there you go. I don't know why I stuck it in this sleeve. This is probably a Genesis concert, so I don't know why I put it in here, but there it is. And I don't know where I got this from, but there it is. There it is. Go. And of course the back is it's got some scuffs on it now. I don't know. You know, you get these things. I got it back in '81, and how old does that make this thing? 81, 91, 2000, 2001. 91, 2001, 2011. I can't do math right now. I'm trying to do the video. 91, 2001, 2011, 2021. So it's 41 years old. Holy crap. Here is something, it's probably not that common, but, well, it probably is actually. This was the third single, If Leaving Me Is Easy, another 12-inch single from, it was pressed in Germany, I think, or maybe this was Holland as well. It is another Atlantic, or WEA, label. Yeah, probably in the Netherlands. But anyway, If Leaving Me Is Easy. This is probably the full version of it, 445. The B-side is 3 tracks, 3 demos called Drawing Board as a group. It's the demo of In the Air Tonight, I Missed Again, and If Leaving Me Is Easy. And it's sad because in England on the 7-inch, the first pressings were longer. Somebody decided they wanted to shorten them. I don't know who did that, but they did. And so they did shorten these on the 12-inch as well. I was like hoping that maybe they would have the long versions on this 12-inch pressing, but no such luck. I don't know, I guess they thought that they were too long on the first pressings, that they were so long they needed to be edited. I don't understand the thinking there at all. I think that's pretty ridiculous, and I don't agree with it. But who am I? I'm just a consumer, right? All right, so here's Hello, I Must Be Going. This is another British pressing. I did get this much later. in my career of collecting. So it's slightly beat up. You can see it on the edges. All right. And it's very, it's just a matte finish. Well, sort of glossy, I guess you could say. But definitely not that textured finish that the first album was. But he's having a good time here. He's a little happier on this album, it looks like. And it sounds like it too. Like I guess what happened was he saw his solo career take off and he dove into it. Really smart. Here is the record itself. Looks real good, but it is a little bit noisy, but it's not so bad. But he kept with that same concept, of course, as you can see. And this came with a printed inner sleeve. So let me pull it out. I don't know if it did in the United States. I think it may have, actually. I could be wrong. Look, see, this needs to be glued again. But anyway, here, you get your credits. And you get your performing credits on this side. So it's nice, man. It's actually a real nice release. Yeah, I put this off for so long. I think because I was just a little bit embarrassed about how I really got into his solo career, but I did put my foot down after the fourth album. I was like, well, I don't know. And he really did put some weird stuff out. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit, I suppose. Here's a 12-inch pressing of this album as well. I figured because the UK pressing, that cover was a little bit beat up, I figured let me get one of these. And of course, this might be a later issue. I don't know if this is a first pressing Japanese. I kind of doubt it, because I did get it later. But I have to admit, the Japanese aren't like here in America. They actually went with the, because this was WEA, but it was a Japanese pressing, so you get the quality that you expect from Japan. I love those guys. I love Japanese pressings. And let's face it, I don't care anymore. It's such a great tune. Do you know? Do you care? That's a great tune. Through These Walls is real creepy. I remember a girl I worked with started, I guess I was talking about this album or something. This girl that I worked with, she was really pretty, but she was so she was real proper. and she started talking about, what about that song, Through These Walls? It's really creepy. I can't argue with that. I don't know where he was coming from. You know, well, you know, he was an actor. He did act. I guess he could put himself in the mind of a creep, and that's what he did for that song. And he did a good job of it too. Right, I have duplicates like up the wazoo, because at the time I was such a big fan. Here is a 12-inch of I Don't Care Anymore, plus an extra live track. Well, how cool is that? All right, this was a European release, so it's on WEA. Look, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't care anymore. Again, the European pressings of their 12-inch singles were fantastic. You got a real good, clean pressing. This was probably Germany or Holland again. Really clean. B-side is Don't Let 'Em Steal Your Heart Away. You'll find that on the 7-inch single. And the extra track was a Brand X tune, and Soda F, that Phil wrote and performed live. So you get that live track on here, which is nice. Of course. I see why that was so tough. My God, I have OCD like real bad. Sometimes you can't tell the back from the front; they're pretty much identical. But anyway, there's that. And You Can't Hurry Love was actually, I think, the first single from this album. This is a British import cover on Virgin. Goofy. He's a goofball. He really is. But all right, so it goes this way. And here it is. Boy, they spread this out. Now this was a hotter mix, man. So they spread it out because it's such a short tune. I think it's only like 2.5 minutes, maybe. The B-side, I Cannot Believe It's True, and Oddball, which Oddball is the home demo version of Do You Know, Do You Care? So Oddball's a good name for it. That guy is a creep. That guy's creepy. What Phil did, I tell you what, man, Do You Know, Do You Care? I think it's got some really great music. Oh, Do You Know, Do You Care? Not Through These Walls. That's right. That's not creepy. Of course, Oddball has no real lyrics. It's just him going, nah, 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 nah. So, but anyway. Yeah, Do You Know, Do You Care is great, actually. And then I think this is actually the second single. British, well, 12-inch anyway. I think there were 1 or 2 7-inch singles that came out that were not on 12-inch. This is another British single, and it was Don't Let 'Em Steal Your Heart Away, with a custom label. Oh, look at that. All right, here's the A side. Here is the B side. The B side is And So to F, that live version of And So to F that was on that European single that I just showed you before. There's only 2 tracks on this single, but there's 3 tracks on that European 12-inch single. What the hell, man? Back. All right. Here is here's Philip Bailey. This is his album, and this came out in '84. Oh, yeah, published in '84. And I keep it with Phil Collins, with Phil Collins's collection, because it is, oops, what did I do here? What happened here? Yeah. I keep it with Phil Collins because Phil produced the album and, of course, sang on and drummed on Easy Lover. It's almost, it's almost a Phil Collins song, for God's sake. Well, he did co-write it with Bailey, and Nathan East, it looks like, got some credit for a writing credit on here. So for Easy Lover. And yeah, so Phil not only produced the album, but co-wrote that one track, sang on it, drummed on it, and practically made it a Phil Collins tune. And Philip Bailey did well by doing that, by going in that direction, because it was such a hot track, and it was such a typical Collins sound. And at that time, you know, the first two albums were out, and he was a commodity, man. He was hot. So there you go, Philip Bailey. And I keep it with Phil Collins. It's close enough. It's Bailey. It's B for Bailey, C for Collins. So what the hell? And then they did put out a here in America. That's a domestic pressing, and this is a domestic pressing as well. Easy Lover. This is an I think this is an an extended dance remix, which, you know, quite frankly, can be hard to stomach. Those remixes, those extended remixes. Easy Lover was like 4.5 minutes anyway. This one is 6:18. So if you have a neighbor that you hate, what you do is you put this on really loud and you play it like all the time, and they will move. Isn't that rude? B-side is Woman. And I think that Woman might even be slightly remixed. I don't even listen to this. Why do I have it? I don't know. I don't listen to it though. Yeah, I think maybe what I liked about this the best was simply the back cover picture. Phil is just, he's at a point where I guess he's really digging his solo career, and who can blame him? He's making a boatload of dough now. And I think that Banks and Rutherford might have been going, oh shit, look at that guy. Take off. Of course, Mike was doing fine with his mechanics, and then poor Tony. Poor Tony's the only one that really bitches about his solo career and complains, my solo career didn't take off. Take it easy, Tony. You did just fine in Genesis. It's not like you're not a millionaire, for God's sake. And by the way, I like Tony Banks' first couple albums. I think they're excellent. So I don't know what he's crying about. So Phil is so big. When did this come out? He's so big that he ended up doing the soundtrack for Against All Odds. He did the title song for a movie. Take a look at me now. And it was a big hit. It's humongous. Actually, I think this was from '83. So I think I got to reverse something here. Against All Odds, and the B-side of this 12-inch single, this European 12-inch single, is The Search by Larry Carlton and Michael Colombier. I think it's a French guy with extra letters in his name. What do I know? I think this was '83, wasn't it? Oh no, this was '84. So yeah, I even got the really sappy stuff. But I quite honestly, I thought that this was a really good song. Sappy, but it was good. It was it was good and sappy. So there you go. Take a look at me now. All right, it's time for a drink. There should be alcohol in here. I'm going to pick up the pace a little. Oops. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. Oh, man. Another British import. Boy, oh boy. No matte finish here. This is as glossy as it gets. And I put stuff in here. Let me pull it out. I put too much stuff in here. What else is in here? Because I feel that there's something in here. Okay, I see what I did here. Amazingly enough, this album cover doesn't have any ringwear because I put so much crap in here. It's so funny. I know people, they don't put their records in here, and me, I'm putting all kinds of stuff in here. But here it is. This is a British import copy of the album, and I remember when the album came out, and I scored this. Again, the label is a custom label with his handwriting on it, and there you can see it. And I loved this album when it was released. It was phenomenally good. I remember I was working for AT&T in Piscataway, and I was like it was pretty much an entry-level position with the phone company back in '84, '85. And this came out. Now, the one track I really can't say that I really liked on this album is the very first track, Susudio. Well, I guess I liked it, but man, I got sick of it fast. And it's just so stupid. Like, Susudio is supposed to be some girl's name. That's not a girl's name. That's something stupid. Who called their kid Susudio? I don't get that. And if there is a girl out there named Susudio, I apologize. I'm very sorry. But it's just goofy. Susudio? Susudio? What the hell, man? But this album is pristine. In pristine shape. I took such good care of this. The songs that I really did like were, oops, where is it? Here's the A side. Only You Know and I Know, that's okay. Long, Long Way to Go. Long, Long Way to Go, that's the one I really like. That's a great tune. I Don't Want to Know is okay. One More Night I think is great. I really like it. Another sappy tune but he's still pining for his ex or something, or he was just channeling his emotions into that song. Don't Lose My Number is okay, that's real poppy. Who Said I Would, that's real poppy. Doesn't Anybody Stay Together Anymore, I think is actually really good, but I actually like the live version even better, where he toned it down. That's really cool, man. I like what he did with that. And that was years later. Inside Out, I really liked, and Take Me Home, I really liked too. I got kind of tired of it. It got tons of airplay, and also was remixed at least 2 different ways. But actually, the song I really like off this album more than anything is Long, Long Way to Go, where Peter Gabriel and Sting got together and sang and helped Phil out, sang some backups. And I think that was, I think that Phil and Peter Gabriel singing backups, that's a pretty nice combination. They sounded great. The album came with an inner sleeve. Here it is. Phil. Looks like he's having a problem right there. Looks like he's got a crick in his neck, but all right, and here's some credits and all your blah, 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 blah. And what is in, oh, you know what? Oh, all right, so I went to see him at Radio City Music Hall. I still have the pamphlet that you could get when you walk in there. They give these away for free, and you're supposed to look at this and buy everything that's in here. Well, I didn't do that, because I'm not that nuts. But I think there's stuff in here about Phil, and I guess that's why I kept it. Eddie Murphy. Yeah, here you go. Phil Collins, dates to be announced. So there you go. I should tear out that page and just put it there. So while I was at the show, of course I picked up a concert program, and this is like so goofy. Just lots of pictures, very little text. It just gives you the dates. He looks like he's afraid to go on the bus. Oh, and here you go. This is why. Look what they do. Yeah, they're very close. So that's what happens when you get together. You're a real family when you're on tour, I'm sure. Yeah, it's just a lot of photographs. Leland Sklar, Peter Robinson, who worked with him in Brand X. Yes. Everybody. Chester. Gotta love Chester Thompson. What is that? Is that Leland Sklar? Yeah. Yeah, but not a lot of text, man, and I hate that. I like to read sometimes, or at least I like to have something that I can read when I'm ready to. I think this came with this. So they weren't really, yeah, could you buy something? So, well, I went to the show and they had this. So I picked it up. Why? I have no clue. What the hell do I... And what did I do with it? I stuck it in my album and it stayed there all the time. So what was the point of that? I don't know. Is this worth something? Somebody tell me if this is worth anything. I don't know. I don't think so. And I think I maybe paid $5 for it or something, $4 or $5. I think. Maybe it was a little bit more. I don't know. But I'm a little bit embarrassed about it because what do you do with it? I'm not going to blow my nose with it. Let's see if I can get it back in here. Isn't it amazing? I didn't get any ringwear on my album cover or on this thing. No ringwear at all. There's so much crap in here. I'm gonna put this book in here too. I think I actually, oh no, I didn't. I really did like this album, but is it funny? A long, long way to go. Probably the least commercial song on that album, and that was my favorite song. So it shows where my head was going. And this cover's bubbling out because I put so much crap in it. I don't care. I don't. So, wow, I was going to pick up the pace and I just spent a freaking, what, 10 minutes on this freaking album? All right, next. All right, even though Sussudio was like a really annoying song, I picked up the 12-inch single, remixed by John Potoker, the extended remix. Here, if you want to listen to this for 6 or 7 minutes, put this on. It'll make you freaking blow your brains out. All right, there's the back. I do like the artwork on the sleeves. And again, this is now in England, they're saying, okay, every single, we're going to put this out as a 12-inch extended remix. So you get this, and you do get a non-album, you do get, okay, what do you get? You got 2 tracks on the B-side. You get, the regular version of Sussudio, because after you listen to the dance remix, that's like 8 minutes long, you want to play it again, right? But you do get The Man with the Horn. I think that this might have been a tribute to Miles Davis. Could that be right? Maybe not. Miles Davis, the doo-wop song. All right, so here you go. So here's Sussudio, the extended remix. This is the record that I'm sure if you looked on Discogs, you could find this all beat up for $1. I'm sure of it. Look, I didn't stop there. It was available. It was available. Here, you didn't have enough of that song and Phil's face. It's available here too. So there you go. That is weird. I just noticed that this has, I don't know if, I thought that this was clear. It seems to have like a reddish orange tinge to it. I could have sworn that this was clear when I bought it. But maybe something happened. Oh, here, the back, okay? Susudio and the man with the horn. Okay, so there you go. Oops. Here's One More Night. 12-inch of One More Night. I really, actually, this is one of the few extended mixes that I really liked of the one that they did of One More Night. There were some interesting things that they did with it, and I really liked it. Here's the custom label for it. Extended mix. And the B-side was another non-album track. Oh, custom labels, of course. B-side is I Like the Way. It almost sounds like the Jackson 5. It is really a funky little tune. But I like it. I do like that tune. So I was fine with this particular release, because I think One More Night's actually kind of a nice tune. Repetitive, but I liked it. I liked it. The other thing I got, and I stuck it in here to protect it, was this picture. It's like a 5-inch. Is it? It's not a 7-inch. Yeah, it's like a 5-inch record. Here, hold on a second. I'll tell you what it is. It's a 6-inch record. It's a 6-inch record. See? 6 inches in diameter. 6 inches in diameter. All right, 6 1/4. I'm not going to press it against the record because that's going to damage the shitty quality of this pressing. I don't want to damage the record. This is actually playable, obviously, and the B-side has I Like the Way. You squeeze that tune on there. So anyway, this is not quite like a 7-inch record. It's a little smaller. This side, One More Night, and this side, I Like the Way. And it came with this little like cardboard thing. You could build it, and it's like what they call a plinth, and you could stick this in there and put it on your dresser. It came up with a lot of goofy ideas, man, in the 80s to try to make money. And me, I was goofy enough to buy some of this crap. But records do fascinate me, and this one is no exception. This fascinates me. I'm fascinated by this record. So put it in here, and then I put it in here, not only to protect this record that I'm handling right now, but also to protect the record I stuck it with, the 12-inch record that I stuck it with. So oh, show the back of this thing? I have no idea. Oh, yeah. There you go. For some reason I have 2 copies of that album, or that single. I don't know why, but I do. And then Take Me Home. Another British single. All right. So the extended mix of Take Me Home. All right, so there's your custom A-side label. Yeah. Side 2, Take Me Home, the album version, and oh, We Said Hello Goodbye. That is a another non-album B-side. It was on the CD, I believe, but it wasn't on the vinyl record. And at the time that this came out, I was still really collecting records. I didn't have a CD player quite yet. That was going to happen a little bit later. Yeah, and at the time I was really digging it. Now, this is one extended remix of Take Me Home. Oh, look. Yeah. So, yeah, by this time I was really ramped up and I was collecting everything that they put out. So I picked this up. This is... I'm ashamed to even show you this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway because I did, right? So the front and back are the same. But look what happens when you open this thing up. This is so you can follow them around the world. Okay? This is obnoxious. But, you know, I was into it, man, so I picked it up. Did anybody else pick this up? See, this is why I was afraid to do this video. Did anybody else pick this thing up? Good God Almighty. Records are the same, basically. So, and the music on here is the same. Take Me Home, We Said Hello Goodbye. So so here we go. God. Here is a European import. Yeah, West German pressing of Don't Lose My Number. That's another extended mix. They didn't put it out in England, but they put it out in Europe. Don't Lose My Number. I remember, man, driving around, and I would, you know, the song would come on, and I was like, yeah, Billy, don't lose my number. I don't know, man. I was okay. I was fine with it. When I think back to it, I think, ooh. And of course, the B-side is We Said Hello Goodbye Again. It's just a Warner Electra Asylum pressing, WEA pressing. It's WEA label. No custom label on this thing. So, no real ring wear on it. Well, quite frankly, you know, like I said, these remixes, they got tiresome pretty quickly. But I picked them up anyway. In Japan, they put out this thing. They put it out in America too, but they when they released this in Japan, they put it out in America on CD, so you could get a 6-track CD with 2 other extended mixes on it. But in Japan, they put this 4-track EP out. And what was interesting is the version of the mix of Take Me Home on this particular record is a very different remix. It might even be a shorter mix. It might be a longer mix. I can't remember. But it's an alternate mix that I think that you can only get on here. I was familiar enough with the songs, with the mixes, to know that, okay, this is a WEA label as well, so I'm not even going to bother to pull this out. And of course, the insert is Japanese. It's got a lot of Japanese writing on it, which is really cool, except I can't read it. There you go, with the OBI and everything. So took real good care of that. I didn't play it that much. I played it enough to know that there was a different mix of Take Me Home. And then, of course, because I am a collector, a Phil Collins collector, I did buy this 12-inch. And Separate Lives. All right, now I started thinking, do you really want to buy everything that Phil Collins puts out? Because Separate Lives is like an easy, I don't even think I played this. But I picked a copy up because it had the same concept of custom labels with Phil's writing on it. The B-side is Only You Know and I Know extended remix. I think it might be the same as that European single that I just showed. Or, no, was that on there? Only You Know and I Know? No, that's Don't Lose My Number. We said, oh, yeah, that's right. Only You Know and I Know. I think that might, the mix of Only You Know and I Know on the B-side of this thing was unique to this until maybe the 6-track CD of extended mixes came out. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But Marilyn Martin and Phil Collins. And now you're doing... You. Yeah, good work. So there you go. I look really thrilled to be doing this song. What do you think? And okay, yeah, I really did get into it. No comment. It's pretty embarrassing. And here's Playing for Keeps. This is the soundtrack that has a slightly different mix of We Said Hello Goodbye. All right, so let's just, there you go. Continue with Groovy Kind of Love from Buster. This is a special release because it has a gatefold cover, and look what's in here. It says Buster in big letters, and there's more pictures of Phil Collins than, you know, it started to, I think people started to go, oh fuck, it's Phil Collins again. I'm sick of him. I still was digging him, and I was still collecting his stuff though. And I liked A Groovy Kind of Love. I like the original version of A Groovy Kind of Love by the Mockingbirds, is it, I think? All right, so there you go. And the B-side is an instrumental called Big Noise. And the other 12-inch single from, did I not pull out that record? Here, let me do real quick. We're almost done here. Okay, it's on Virgin Records. It actually came with, inner sleeve that's not lined, of course, because they're so, these cheap bastards, even in England. Custom labels, but no lined inner sleeve. Why you? So, yeah. And then Two Hearts, and the B-side is The Robbery, full-length version of The Robbery, conducted by Ann Dudley. What, did he owe her a favor or something? Here, I'll put you on my B-side. Oh, man, fuck. Yeah, Virgin Records, right? Oh, ridiculous. And I'll even admit, Two Hearts was okay. It was like You Can't Hurry Love. It was like just another song just like that. Two Hearts. I make it sound so good. I'm joking, of course. And here it is, man. This is it. The 4th album. And this is a British import. In beautiful shape, actually. Look at this cover. It's really in fantastic condition. A British import. And I said, I actually acquired this album in the last, what, 2 or 3 years. And I said, I really would like to get, I would like to get this on vinyl, but a British pressing. Here it is, and of course, it's got that same custom label, and a lot of commercial tunes on here. Clapton plays with him on here. This was a big record for Phil, I think. Excuse me. Wow. Came with an inner sleeve that had the lyrics. Terrific. And you got this happening over here on this side. So I have to say, I did like this album, and I do like the package. Yep. And there were a bunch of 12-inch singles. Another Day in Paradise. Yep. Had the concept. They kept with that concept. With his handwriting. Bad handwriting. Saturday night and Sunday morning. Oh, I mean, Another Day in Paradise. The B-sides, Saturday night and Sunday morning, and Heat on the Street. And I cannot remember for sure. I think the version of Heat on the Street on this B-side is different, if I remember correctly. Different than what was on the CD. Because Saturday Night and Sunday Morning and Heat on the Street were on the CD. But I think that's true. I think that's right. Here, let's find out. We're just about done here, so. Here is I Wish It Would Rain Down. The B-sides are two non-album tracks. Homeless, which is Another Day in Paradise, the demo of that song. And You've Been in Love a Little Bit Too Long. All right. Mazzy's never going to watch this video because fuck Phil Collins. Mazzy with his fuck Phil Collins. That's so funny. And I get it. I actually get it. After a while, I was like, Jesus Christ. But, all right, here you go. Homeless, You've Been in Love a Little Bit Too Long, blah, blah. Two non-album B-sides. And I don't know when some of these non-album cuts were recorded, but they do seem to fit the bill. They fit the style of what was on the album. This single came with this insert. All right, I think it's got I Wish It Would Rain Down. It's got the lyrics for I Wish It Would Rain Down, and it's got some kind of art stuff. So this actually came with this art print that I'm so proud to have. If ever there was a self-deprecating humor in my videos, this is it, because I know there's so many people out there that would watch this video and go, you are a dork. And they probably say that when I watch all my videos. I don't care. I really don't. I just like doing these videos and showcasing this crap for people who want to see it. Because I know I like to watch other people's videos. Like Beetle Brad, I like checking out what he's got. Okay, here's Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. It's a different mix of Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. One World remix. Side 2 is Something Happened on the Way to Heaven, the 7-inch version, and I Wish It Would Rain Down, the demo version of I Wish It Would Rain Down, the demo version of that. This doesn't have an inner sleeve, and it's got dusty crap on it. It also has this, it's a mispress because it's got the same label on both sides. Oh, no, it doesn't. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? Yeah, it does. It doesn't have the proper A-side label. It says it's the 7-inch version on the A-side, and then it says I Wish It Would Rain Down demo. Yeah, it's got the same label, so it's a mispress, which irks me. I know some people that might actually like stuff like that. Not me. That bugs me. All right, but anyway, so this is something that I might want to update. I'm still collecting this guy's crap. Yeah, I might want to update it. Here's That's Just the Way It Is. The Kid on the Bike. And get out of there. Yeah, this has a couple of nicks, a couple of light scratches, and you can hear them, which again irks me. But at least it's got the right label. If you're gonna play it. It's got That's Just the Way It Is, and then it's got Broadway Chorus, which is the home demo of Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. And then the B-side is the extended version of In the Air Tonight. Now, I don't remember even playing that. But wow, I thought that was really oddball that they threw that on there. There were other B-sides that could go on here, and instead they put an alternate mix of, an extended alternate mix. What the fuck? Of Something Happened, of In the Air Tonight. I'm gonna have to get better inner sleeves for these things. I just pulled these from somewhere, so I'll take care of that. And then, the last but not least is Hang In Long Enough with a big ugly sticker on it. You're never gonna get that sticker off. And then there's stickers on the back. This thing's a big mess. But it's got Hanging Long, yeah, and this is this is something I really didn't need to get. Hanging Long Enough, the Pettibone 12-inch mix, and then side B, Hanging Long Enough, and then track 2 of side B is Hanging Long Enough, the Pettibone dub mix. And so you're gonna check yourself into a hospital after listening to all 3 of these freaking recordings. And the other thing that I find annoying is now they're succumbing to the new Virgin label. So he signs it, okay? But you're stuck with these goofy gray labels. So there you go. That is it, man. That is my Phil Collins 12-inch vinyl collection. And that's maybe the end of my career on YouTube too. So an hour and 20 minutes to show you this crap. All right, man. If you liked it, I hope you liked it. And if you didn't like it, I don't blame you. And if, just, okay, bring it on. Let's hear it, Mazzy. I love you guys. All right, man. Take it easy. Bye.